Look forward to catching up with you again, but right now let's bring our viewers up to speed with the latest in the news. Good morning to you. 7 o'clock, gale force winds are hampering firefighting efforts along the Garden Route in the Western Cape. The fires have now forced the closure of the Robinson Pass, which links Mossel Bay to Oudtshoorn. The fires claimed the lives of 8 people yesterday when they spread to the settlement of Katarara, 50 kilometres east of George. Let's cross to our reporter, Vanessa Poonah. She is at the Garden Route District Municipality offices in George. Vanessa, a very good morning to you. Can you give us an update? What happened overnight and how's the fire looking?
Yes, Leanne, good morning to you. I am here at the Garden Route District Municipality this morning, and I can tell you that weather conditions overnight have certainly brought much needed rain, but also sadly gale force winds. And I know that I could hear the wind at it all night long, Leanne. Yes, 8 people have been confirmed dead in these fires. Late yesterday, we had the first reports of the deaths. At that stage, there were 4 people that had been killed. And of course, towards the early evening, that death toll had then risen to 8 people. That included 2 females as well as 6 children under the age of 12 years old. Now, Leanne, I do know that there have been a number of people evacuated from various areas, but joining me to talk about those evacuations and the state of the fires in George and its surrounds is the Garden Route District Municipality Mayor, Mr. Memory Boyson. A very warm good morning to you. Let's start with the death toll has now risen to 8 people near Katarara. At this point in time, evacuations, are they still ongoing?
Morning, Vanessa, and morning to the viewers as well. Yes, we are in the process of continuing with the evacuations. The Mayor of George, Mayor Nike, is busy arranging the Go George buses, and we're engaging with the taxi associations as well in terms of how this process will unfold. So as we speak, all plans are ongoing for the evacuations in Reenendal.
So Reenendal will be evacuated this morning, but there have also been evacuations in Katarara and various other areas late yesterday. And I understand that quite a number of residents are being sheltered in nearby community halls today.
That is correct. We've availed all available community halls, and we're also aware that some of the people are staying with family members, and that process is unfolding as we speak.
I also understand, Mayor, that there have been quite a bit of aerial support. I know that 2 working on fire helicopters as well as fixed-wing bombers have been fighting this blaze. What is the extent today or overnight as we speak? I know you also have over 300 ground crews actively fighting the fire line. Can you paint a picture in terms of where the fires are currently still burning?
Vanessa, the unfortunate situation was that by the time that we received the call, some of those bombers were already busy in Vermaaklikheid in the Hessequa area. That is where we all started with these fires. So when we received the call for the fires here in Harold and in George, some of those units still had to respond and come back here. And they did do their job on Sunday, but then weather conditions then changed, and then some of the aerial fighting had to be grounded. So we were fighting this on the ground. But I must also state that it was very challenging because most of the time the firefighters were fighting it blind, as one would say, because of the smoke conditions. But the rain has now assisted us, and hopefully as of today that some of those bombers then can continue doing what they're doing. And then some of the units would then be redeployed towards Knysna to go and assist there because the weather conditions are better off here now as we speak.
And that was going to be my next question. The fire seems to have moved towards the Knysna area at this point. That by no means means that at this point George is out of the woods just yet.
No, it's not out of the woods, definitely not, because normally there's got to be mop-up operations, there are normally flare-ups, but the weather conditions are in our favor now, and hopefully the rain would then reach Knysna by now. But by the time I drove up to George, the rain was not, like as we would like it to be to assist the firefighters.
I understand that there is a meeting here at the Joint Operations Centre this morning at 7 o'clock. I think it would have just kicked off. And I suppose here also today's activities will be discussed?
Definitely, it's been an ongoing thing since the fire started. We had a joint operations centre with provincial disaster department being part of it, the district, as well as the local municipalities, especially George. And we're getting the briefs as the mayors in terms of what are the conditions on the ground. But I must say it is very challenging, and we are stretched at the moment. But we're grateful for the help that we've received up to now.
Thank you very much. Mayor there, of course, of the Garden Route District Municipality, Memory Boyson, just painting a picture for us, Leanne, in terms of the extent of this fire and also the evacuations that are taking place today at Renendal. We know that, as he's just told us, a number of people have already been evacuated in 3 different suburbs yesterday as this wildfire makes its way through George and now also towards the Knysna area.
All right, Vanessa Poonah, thanks very much for the update. We'll check in with Vanessa a bit later on in the programme.